This 10-bell salute is in the memory and honor of Tim Hague. Our sincere thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family.
I would love to hurt him and finish him and put him out.
How was he punching? Was it hurting you?
Like a son, he punches like a mule kick. Unbelievable. Excuse my French, please. Oh, my God.
It's time!
You're listening to the Cage Nation TV Prizefight Podcast. Coming to you from the Coastal Cameron Studios in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Are you ready?
Here's your host, the big fella, Albert Cameron.
Let's get it on!
Thank you for joining us for the Prizefight Podcast. I'm your host, the big fella, Mr. Albert Cameron, or Albert Miller. You know, I'm slowly but surely moving on to my real name, and the true story behind Albert Cameron is I worked in the real estate industry in Pennsylvania, and I didn't want to put my real name out there just because there are some pretty facetious people out there. So I was originally going to go by my radio handle when I worked for 105.9 Joe FM. I was going to be Alan Stone. That was going to be my handle. So we're Complete Devastation MMA 3. It's me, Drew, and Litz. We're in the middle of the cage, and he's like, oh, and here's my man Albert, and there goes Alan Stone right out the window, which is fine because it's good to be known by your own name. Today is Father's Day, and I am a junior, so what better way to honor your father than by being named after him? So Cameron was chosen because I was originally a cameraman for Complete Devastation, so it was Albert Cameraman. Albert Cameron. Well, now I'm trying to identify as Albert Miller much more often so that when people from the 2003 junior-senior high school class of Machine Valley ask themselves, oh my god, what happened to the big guy? What's he up to now? I heard he has a great podcast. He does it every week and he talks about MMA. Oh my god, we should totally look him up. That's what I'm going for. That is what I'm going for. I don't like starting the Prizefight Podcast off with a 10-bell salute, but Tim Hague, certainly a life and a life force that should be honored. Our sincerest thoughts and sympathies are with him, his family, his realm of influence, so that everyone can move on in the most positive, healing way possible. It's a life that was lost much too soon, and we're very sorry about that. News this week also, Matt Hughes was in a very severe car accident where his truck got hit by a train. From what I understand, Matt Hughes is responding to medical stimulus. So he's squeezing hands, he's looking around, he's becoming a lot more aware and consciousness. I've never been a huge fan of Matt Hughes, but he is a human life and he is a great champion. And based on that, based on the human life presence alone, Matt Hughes is our brother and sister on planet Earth. For that reason alone, I'm hoping for positive healing and recovery, very speedy recovery to Matt Hughes. Coming up on the Prizefight Podcast, yeah, gonna love this one. I get to talk about Conor McGregor again. I get to talk about Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather again. I've been talking about this for over a year and a half, boys and girls. A year and a half. And I'm going to be getting into just following the timeline. And I'm not doing this because I want to be a part of sensationalism. I'm not doing it because whenever people are searching YouTube and for podcasts, they're going to see, oh, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Oh, we should listen to this. No. I'm doing it because mainstream media is not doing anyone in MMA any justice. They have no idea who we are. They have no idea what we're about. And I've always taken it as a part of my mission, the Cage Nation TV's mission, to present mixed martial arts as an industry, as a whole, as a business, as promotions, as fighters, as athletes, in the most positive way possible. So today, I'm talking about Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, and I will be championing mixed martial arts. Not McGregor in particular, but fans of MMA, so that hopefully people out there really get an idea of who we are, what we're about, and what this fight means for us. When we come back, we're going to be getting in-depth into Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, don't go nowhere. It's the Prizefight Podcast. Hey everyone, while we're taking a break, we just want to remind you that right now we are looking for new people to join the Cage Nation TV roster of creators. We're looking for creators who have a fight circuit close to home, who have a sincere passion for combat sports, and would like to help us bring new territories to the forefront of our coverage. For more information, visit www.cagenationtv.com/opportunity/pioneer or send us an email at cagenationtv@gmail.com. Welcome back to the Prizefight Podcast. Of course, I'm your host, the big fella, Mr. Albert Cameron Miller / Stone / whatever I'm choosing to identify with this particular week. I was getting ready to break down a This Week in MMA History, and technology is great until it decides to stop working. I have this whole thing planned out, I'm getting ready to record it, and then the machine decides, not for you today, tons of fun. So I didn't have the opportunity to record This Week in MMA History. Some of the things that were on there, though, was This Week in MMA History between June 18th and June 24th. Fedor Emelianenko and Anderson the Spider Silva both made their Pride debuts this week. The world's most dangerous man gets his first UFC win since returning from the World Wrestling Federation in the Pride FC promotion. And one of the things that really struck out as kind of cool, I was like, man, there's been a lot of seasons of The Ultimate Fighter that have had their finale this week. I wonder what the coincidence is. I wonder if it's the phase of the moon or what. And then I looked at myself and I said, listen here, you big dummy. That's how television schedules work. It's no coincidence. It's because TV schedules say finales happen in this season. It wasn't my brightest moment. It wasn't my most proud. But, you know, it is what it is. So I don't think I need to tell any of you that Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting Conor McGregor. And I honestly could not care. My first episode of the Prizefight Podcast ever, which happened the first week of 2016. So we're a year and a half into the Prizefight Podcast. My first episode, I'm talking about Conor McGregor and his hissy fit tactic. And let's call it what it is. People will get in front of you and they'll be talking heads saying, oh, we made this great deal happen. We negotiated, we talked to their people, they talked to our people. This whole thing kicked off because Conor McGregor was throwing a hissy fit. And do not, and I mean do not, let anyone tell you any different. Conor McGregor didn't want to go to pressers for his rematch with Nate Diaz. And so the fight got pulled. And then Conor McGregor's like, I'm retiring, thanks for the cheese. And he starts posting a bunch of stuff on Instagram. Starts saying a bunch of stuff like, oh, I want to fight Floyd Mayweather, and it's going to be the biggest boxing match ever. And I'm thinking, what? No. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is easily one of the most winningest champions in all the sport. I'm watching a great documentary on boxing last night. It's called Counterpunch. And maybe 100 years ago, there was one boxing championship. It was the Ring Magazine's heavyweight championship, and it had 8 weight classes. Now we have the WBO, the WBA, the WBF, the IBF, the NWO, a bunch of craziness. So we have a bunch of titles that have really diluted the concept of champion. I'm the heavyweight champion. Well, the heavyweight champion of what organization? Oh, well, I'm the Northeastern Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm the Mid-Atlantic Midwestern heavyweight champion. What does that mean? It dilutes the entire concept of champion. So Floyd Mayweather navigates around all that. He navigates it, and Floyd Mayweather able to successfully go in a career where he is undefeated in over 40 fights. Floyd Mayweather, one of the most marketable names in all of boxing. Super fight with Manny Pacquiao. He beat Canelo Alvarez. He beat Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. And I'm lifting this from Fox Sports 1's Undisputed show. But what makes any of us, what gives us any inkling to think that Conor McGregor could do what Canelo Alvarez couldn't, what Manny Pacquiao couldn't, what Oscar De La Hoya couldn't? What is so special about Conor McGregor that he's able to put hands on Floyd Mayweather and knock him out? What has he accomplished to make us believe that? Yes, he is great in the UFC and no one can deny that. Yes, he has done some fabulous things in the world of mixed martial arts and we cannot deny that. However, he does not have remotely the title fight experience of what Floyd Mayweather does. Conor McGregor has won 4 championships and he has yet to defend a single one of them. Let me say that again. Conor McGregor has won 4 championships between the UFC and smaller promotions, and he has never been a defending champion in a single bout, ever. That's never happened. So, a lot of people are admitting this fight's a cash grab. We cannot take this fight seriously as we would with a Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. We cannot. We would be fooling ourselves to even think that this fight is anything outside of a cash grab. My point of talking about this today is that the mainstream media, the ESPNs of the world, the Sports Illustrated of the world, maybe doesn't take the world of mixed martial arts followers as seriously as they do boxing followers. I was listening to Mike and Mike the other morning, and they're great guys who have a great show. I thoroughly love listening to them, but they're saying like, oh, well, are the fans of mixed martial arts going to be turned off to their sport because of this fight? Well, the answer is no, because we already know that Conor McGregor is a mouth on legs. We know that Conor McGregor says things to just generate his own hype. If any of us were going to walk away from Conor McGregor in mixed martial arts, it would have been happened after Nate Diaz beat him. But we keep coming back because he's an interesting story. He's a followable person. He's an outrageous personality. That's why people follow Conor McGregor. We don't follow mixed martial arts for one guy. I have to believe that a lot of us follow mixed martial arts for the competition and for the struggle. I follow mixed martial arts because it's my favorite sport, and it's my favorite sport because it's man on man. Doesn't matter who's fighting. It's the concept of mano a mano. That win or lose, one man is ultimately won, one man is lost, and there's no team that you can blame any of that on. So the fight was announced. It's a boxing match. And everything about this fight is centered around Mayweather's strength and not McGregor's. So let's keep count here. Floyd Mayweather, legendary boxer. It's a boxing match. 12 rounds. It's in a boxing ring. Boxing gloves. Fought under boxing rules. Okay, there's 6 things right there that are completely going in Mayweather's favor. What does Conor McGregor have other than the payday going into this fight that is giving him any sort of advantage? Nothing. He's got nothing. There is nothing about this fight that says Conor McGregor has any sort of advantage. He is playing Floyd Mayweather's game, and Floyd Mayweather is the best at it at the time. Conor McGregor is walking into a slaughter. Floyd Mayweather is the slaughter, and Conor McGregor is the lamb. This fight, again, openly admitted to be a cash grab. We're not watching this fight because Conor McGregor really thinks he has a shot. This fight is happening because people can make money off of it, because people are going to buy this event. It's probably going to be a $100 pay-per-view. We're going to buy it. We're going to sit around our house and be like, oh man, I think Conor McGregor really has a shot, and I'm telling you, he doesn't. I have watched enough fights. I have been around enough combat sports to know that the chance Conor McGregor has is so infinitesimal. It's so bleak. That why? I'm not saying he doesn't have a shot. He has a puncher's chance. But what's a puncher's chance against the punching-only competition? If Conor McGregor had an opportunity to take Floyd Mayweather to the ground and then maybe nullify some of his boxing game, yeah, maybe. But this isn't an MMA fight. This isn't even like a mixed fight. This isn't even like Rio Heroes or Vale Tudo down in Brazil. No, this is a boxing match. Conor McGregor is playing Floyd Mayweather's game, and Floyd Mayweather is arguably the best at it. Now, Dana White has grown completely tired of fighters complaining about McGregor getting the high-profile fight. Well, duh. I mean, honestly. You're surprised by this? The people are getting pissy about Conor McGregor getting a high-profile fight, and what has he done? Of course he is. Of course they are. Conor McGregor introduced a really dangerous concept into the world of combat sports negotiation, and that was the hissy fit tactic, and I called it 1.5 years ago. Conor McGregor introduced the precedent that if you boo-hoo around, threaten to retire, try to strong-arm people with bully tactics, that you will get your way. And that's exactly what happened. Conor McGregor got his fight against Nate Diaz. He got his fight against the lightweight champion. He got his fight with Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor used a hissy-fit negotiating tactic, and he came up spades. So now you're wondering why other fighters aren't going to be willing to do the same thing? Jose Aldo wanted out of his contract. Why? Because he wasn't getting the fight he was looking for. Demetrius Johnson has been openly sour about things. Why? Because he's not getting the attention that he deserves. We're getting upset because fighters are complaining about Conor McGregor? Of course they are. This is why the fighters' unions are starting. This is why fighters need representation. You tell me what is fair about Conor McGregor, what makes him so special that he gets to do these things. He's not defended his title. He's won a couple, but he has not defended one of them. Conor McGregor does whatever Conor McGregor wants in the UFC, and you can't tell me any different. You cannot prove to me one time that the UFC got their way in a negotiation with Conor McGregor. And the only reason the UFC is playing ball right now is because there's money to be made. But at the end of the day, we've set the precedent that if you complain enough, that if you take your ball and go home enough, that you get your way. That is why people are complaining at you, Dana White. That is why people are saying it's not fair. Because it's not fair. Because Conor McGregor introduced the hissy fit tactic. He established a dangerous precedent. And now other guys are going to take advantage of it. I've called that a year and a half ago. While I'm on my soapbox and while I'm good and cheesed off about it, how did this fight ever get licensed to begin with? Conor McGregor is a debuting boxer. Let me say that again because it bears repeating. Conor McGregor has not fought one single pro fight. Ever. In boxing. Let me put that caveat out there. Anywhere else in the world, and I'd be willing to say that USA Boxing and several other boxing commissions say, before you can become a debuting pro, you have to have so many amateur fights and have so much amateur experience, which Conor McGregor does not have. He has plenty of UFC experience, mixed martial arts experience, but what is that compared to Mayweather's 30 years of competition? Conor McGregor, at best, has trained boxing for a couple years. And I'm being very, very generous with that estimation. He has been I'm being a nice guy on this one. Conor McGregor has trained maybe a couple years in boxing. Floyd Mayweather has been on top for 30 years. Olympic amateur boxing experience. Title fights, title defenses. More than 40 victories. He's never been defeated. I want to know who in Nevada said, okay, I think this is a good idea. I think we should let these two men fight in fisticuffs. I don't think anyone's going to get hurt at all. I want to know who's being paid off to make this happen. And I'm not saying that the combat sports are corrupt, but what other explanation would there be? I don't think someone's palms are getting greased, but I could make the argument. I can make the argument that someone has gotten a pretty hefty payday to let this happen because the pay-per-view numbers are going to be so prestigious, so choice, there's going to be so much money flying around this fight. Conor McGregor, last time I checked, was like a plus 1,100 favorite. That's ridiculous betting odds. Ridiculous. So I ask you, my friends, because your opinion matters much more than mine does. How does someone with UFC experience get to skip his entire amateur career to fight the best boxer on planet Earth to modern date? Who's going to be training Floyd Mayweather? Oh, not Floyd Mayweather. Who's going to be training Conor McGregor? Mike Tyson? What does Mike Tyson know about fighting Floyd Mayweather? Mike Tyson was a heavyweight boxer. Floyd Mayweather's a welterweight boxer. There's nothing adds up to this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing in this fight goes in Conor's favor. Nothing. And, since Conor McGregor's in business of setting dangerous precedents, what other dangerous precedents is he going to set? That, hey guys, you can really just kind of half-ass your MMA career, and as long as you can get on Twitter and tweet some nasty stuff to a guy, you're going to be just fine. You're going to make millions of dollars by running your mouth on social media. You can win a couple titles. Don't worry about defending them. Just get a boxing fight up. That is, oh my God. That is the precedent he has set, boys and girls. That is the precedent. It's not hard work. It's not dedication. It's not securing victories. It's Twitter. Apparently that is the secret to getting ahead of life is Twitter. Who knew? You know, I lived in a life where I thought, hey, you know, you work hard, you go to school, you do your best, and that's how you get ahead. No. Nope. The answer is Twitter, everybody. It's Twitter. Get on Twitter. Wish I would have known that in high school. Now, what really, really irritates me throughout this whole thing is how MMA mainstream media has completely misguided on what brought this fight together. They think it's, you know, I don't know what they think. Actually, I don't know what they think brought this fight together, but I maintain that it's Conor McGregor's hissy fit. He picked a fight. He provoked Floyd Mayweather Jr. until God, this makes me angry. This really, really makes me angry. I've been talking for 15 odd minutes now about how this fight irritates me. About how if you complain enough, you get your way. If you pick your fight with your celebrity, you get your way. You know who else does this kind of stuff? People who follow the Kardashians. That's exactly how that works. You want to get your name out there? You want to get noticed? Tweet Kim Kardashian something nasty, and that's how you get noticed. That's how you get put on the map. That is how things happen. Let's be completely real with how this fight works. Conor McGregor, in all likelihood, and I'm a statistic kind of person. I'm someone who will sit down with numbers, and I have. 5% of Conor McGregor's wins were by submission, so you can't even count those. So you have Floyd Mayweather's 30 years. Conor McGregor's not 30 years. Statistically, what's going to happen is that Conor McGregor is going to get introduced to the canvas face first. That Floyd Mayweather is going to walk away undefeated. And both guys are going to get paid. And we're going to be left scratching our heads. This fight is going to be so boring. Okay? It's going to be boring. Let's not fool ourselves. Conor McGregor is a wild puncher, and Floyd Mayweather knows this. Floyd Mayweather has people on payroll to know this. I'd be willing to bet my favorite kidney. It's the right one, just in case you're curious. My favorite kidney, that as soon as Conor McGregor started tweeting Floyd Mayweather, that Floyd Mayweather had someone analyzing Conor McGregor. I will guarantee you that Floyd Mayweather is very aware, that is cognizant of the fact that Conor McGregor has knockout power. And then I'll bet you my left kidney, the one that remains, that Floyd Mayweather already had a plan to completely nullify Conor McGregor. If Floyd Mayweather does not knock Conor McGregor out, and there's a very good chance that he will, that is statistically plausible, that Conor McGregor is going to get laid out. If that does not happen, it's going to go 12 rounds. It's going to be boring because Floyd Mayweather is never, ever going to let Conor McGregor get his rhythm. He's never, ever going to let him mount an offense. He's never, ever going to allow himself to get in danger that Conor McGregor could beat him. And you know how I know that? Because he's the undefeated. He has game plans figured out. Canelo Alvarez, one of the best names in boxing right now, could not beat Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao, one of the most prolific boxers on planet Earth, could not beat Floyd Mayweather. Oscar De La Hoya could not beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to pose the question again because I lifted it from Fox Sports 1. What makes Conor McGregor so special that he can make that happen? I defy you to answer me. I got nothing on this one. I'd like to tell you that this is going to be the last time I'm ever going to talk about this fight, but it's not. And I'm resolved with that. I'm going to be listening to ESPN radio. I'm going to be watching something. And someone's going to say something so stupid that I have to respond. And I'm going to be talking about this fight until August 26th. That's just the sadness of it. What I do have to look forward to is that the local fight scene is heating up. Triangle Kickboxing Promotions is going to be coming to Raleigh on July 18th? 14th. July 14th. King of the Cage is making their return to Pittsburgh. If you're listening to this, MMA is coming back to Pittsburgh, everybody. Let's rejoice. Let's be happy about that. We have an opportunity to embrace Pittsburgh MMA again. Here in North Carolina, Next Level Fight Club is coming back in September. Battle in the South is coming back in August. It's heating up. My advice to you is, if this fight is irritating you as much as it's irritating me, embrace the positives, my friend. Yeah, we're going to hear about this fight for a while. It's going to be hard to ignore. But let's embrace the good fights we're going to see. Let's embrace the title contenders that have earned their shots. Let's embrace the good fights we see regionally. And that's how we're going to make it through, boys and girls. I am here to help you. I am your friend. We'll get through this together. Coming up next week on the Prizefight Podcast, I have no clue, but it's going to be fun. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy y'all reciprocating with me. So we have no idea what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Until next time, boys and girls, fights, Cameron, action.
Thank you for tuning in to the Cage Nation Prizefight Podcast. All rights reserved 2016 to 2017 Planet Aries Sports. The Prizefight Podcast is part of the Cage Nation Broadcast Network. For more information, visit www.cagenationtv.com.